So Marie, after seeing these prices, I'm going to suggest that we list your property at $399,000. Will you list your home with me tonight at that price so I can get it sold and get you where you want to go in the time you want to get there?
Well, that does sound great, but what actually will you be doing to sell my home?
I'm thrilled that you asked me that question. That's like a really critical question. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do and what differentiates me from the average agent. Let me ask you this. What do you think the average real estate agent does to sell homes?
Wait for someone to call?
Yeah, like, you're right. So the average agents they put up a sign, they put it on the computer, and they wait for somebody to call them to see if they're interested in your home, right?
Right.
Would you consider that active marketing or passive marketing?
Passive.
Okay, and why is that? Well, you may not know, but it seems to you like passive marketing. So they put up signs in on the multiple, and they wait for somebody to call them, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So let me kind of go through what I actually do to sell homes, and what differentiates me from the average agent. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Everybody's seen one of these signs, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So, what happens, Marie, when people are driving down the street and they see this sign? How often do you think they call this number?
Not that often.
Yeah, it's not that often. You know, we get about 1 or 2 calls per month on sign calls. And let me ask you this, why don't you think people call this number if they're interested in your house?
Thinking they might just get an answering service.
Yeah, either an answer service, or even worse, they might get an actual agent who is, in general, would you say people look forward to talking to a salesperson or not?
Not.
Not. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. So, so here's what we do. We have this 800 number, and when the people drive by and they see your house, what do they want to know if they're interested in? Like, what kind of things would you think that somebody would be interested in knowing about your house?
Bedrooms, square footage, price.
Exactly. Bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, and price. So, do you think they're more apt to call this sign or a sign where they know they don't have to talk to an agent?
A sign where they know they don't have to talk to an agent.
Yeah, exactly. Because would you be surprised that this gets about 1 or 2 calls a month, and this one probably in the first 2 to 3 weeks we get somewhere between 20 and 25 calls on this number.
No.
So it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. So we get a call, and let me ask you this. Right now, it still sounds a little bit passive. They call, we find out who calls, and they get information. Big deal. It's still passive. They're still calling us, right?
Right.
Okay. Let me show you the active part of this. Why don't you call this number right now? You have your phone right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, you can hang up. So you called it. It says something like, "Hi, this is a great house," and blah 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 like that. Take a look at that. Whose number is that?
Wow, that's my number.
Yeah. So as soon as somebody calls, we get a text message that says what number they're calling, even if it's a private or a block number, and what house they're calling on. So let me ask you this: what do you think we do with this number?
Give me a call.
I give you a call. That's the active part of it. We give you a call because we know that the sooner we call that number, the more apt we're going to turn you into a buyer of the house that you called on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Great. So, so that's the active part of what we do. So, what would you prefer? An agent who has signs out and on the multiple, or an agent who actually actively goes out to try to find a buyer for your house?
An active agent.
Yeah, so that's who I am. I'm actively looking all the time for somebody who wants to buy our house, and this is one of the methods we use. So really, so to get you to your goal of moving to San Francisco in the 2 months that you have, all we need to do right now is sign the contract and put me to work. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, great. So just go ahead and sign right here.